Hello and welcome to Brand Talk. It's your favorite host, Ojibe. So today we will be talking about getting in. And first, I like to go off script right now, and I want to first of all give a big shout out to our women, like all the women. If you a mother, a daughter, a sister, just give them a hug right now. And in the last couple of months, I'm beginning to learn a lot about pregnancies and all, and especially the first time pregnant women per se. And I like to at this point I like to give a shout out to my wife and beautiful sister-in-law Mimi, and she just gave our family and my brother a beautiful gift that as far as I'm concerned is the best gift we're getting this year, a beautiful baby boy and all. And recently I also sat down with a friend of mine, Tiola, an amazing woman, and I heard her story. She's also pregnant, and early next year, between January February, we should be expecting good news and also. But I'm using these two cases to give a shout out to all the women, like I don't know, the mothers. I literally can't fathom how our mothers, and I believe personally that God knew that all this, the menstrual pain, the pregnancy, He gave it to the stronger to the stronger gender or the stronger sex, as far as I'm concerned, and all. Just say whatever, but that's my opinion, because they might not be physically stronger, but they are definitely emotionally stronger. And I watched Mimi, like I saw the things she had to go through. I saw the hospital visits, even time she had to spend days in the hospital. I saw her bounce, like it was, sometimes you see the very frustration, the fear, the agony, the pain in her eyes and all, and still she pulled through. It's amazing, like. And I sat down with my friend Tiola recently, and I didn't even know she spent 4 months in the hospital, and she couldn't eat. All she was taking was drip, and as a result of the pregnancy and all. So guys, let's do better. Like I know I want to give a shout out to all the people, my brother Tiola's husband, that have stuck by their wives and been there and all. I believe that more people can do. First of all, let's get ourselves educated on pregnancy and all. Like, there's no one thing I've come to understand is that there is no one size fits it all. Like, it comes differently to different people, and it's not about first pregnancy or second pregnancy. The second can be worse than the first. So I'm taking this long period of time, to give a shout out to all our women, that you guys are amazing. We love you, and like I have. I grew up having profound respect for women, but I'll be honest, like this couple of months, I just had to up my game in my respect for women and all, because the things they go through to still make our home, our society, the world a much better place to live. They are the real superheroes. So I'm dedicating this to all the women, and I'm giving a big shout out to Mimi, a big shout out to Tiola, a big shout out to Julie, my wifey. Jules, what's up? Like, a big shout out. Like, you guys are amazing. And we're expecting all the beautiful gifts you guys are bringing into this world, and I know and I pray and I believe that mother and child will come out safely. And this is my prayer for all the women right now, whether you're in labor or you're expecting in a couple of months or you're still expecting. Hang in there. You're amazing. You're an amazing person, and we love you. Okay, so it's a long off script, right? But let's get back to let's get back on script. Now, today I'm talking about getting in, and this episode was inspired by my recent conversation with Tiola. So you see, you're going to be hearing her name over and over again in this particular episode. So Tiola has been my what do you call it, my perfume plug. Like, anytime I feel like, I was like, Tiola, what's up now? The Abuja sugar daddy vibes. Oh, that's what I want to be smelling like. What's up? And for once, like, she has never failed in giving me quality, and giving me value for money, and even the money is very, very, very affordable. Now, she's into the meme version of the main perfume. So she doesn't sell the main ones that are the hundreds of thousands or 50,000. So like, she sells the meme, like her Teocents. That's her handle on Instagram, Teocents, TheoXcents, and all. Like, you get to understand. And these little miniature bottles of like 3,000 makes you smell like a bag of money. Like, people were asking you, wow, this is really, really nice, and all. And I know a couple of times I've had to, when I wore the perfume or the cologne, stepped out, and people are complimenting, I'm feeling like, wow, I'm feeling on top of money. I'm feeling like a bag of money, So she understands what I'm talking about. So that's aside that, we've been friends for a couple of years. We went to the same university together. We were in the same department, the same class. We graduated together, so we've been friends. And when she started her business, I felt like, at first I wanted to just try because he's a friend, but then when I figured out it was real value, and I just decided to stick with her. And so recently I sat down with her because I went to pick up my a new perfume set. If you know me, I like smelling good. That's the thing. I went to our place to pick up the new sets I ordered from her, and we sat briefly for about close to an hour to talk. And she gave me a history of how she started. So you see, Tiola started first. She worked as an air hostess, right? And air hostess. I'm getting that right. Yeah, she worked as an air hostess for Medview for a while. I'm not really sure if it's a couple of years or a year, but I know there was a period she worked, and she switched to hosting for private jets and all, and or private planes and all. And so she told me that back then in Medview, they used to, when they travel to Turkey and all these places, these Arab countries, they used to buy these perfumes, but they buy them for themselves. So she actually started getting these perfumes for herself. So she get them, she apply it on, and people were complimenting. She was like, why are people complimenting this? Not as if it's the main designer's perfume and stuff like that. So why are you guys? She didn't really know why people are kept complimenting. But she was like, okay, fine. Like, she just say, hey, thank you. And if you know Tiola, where she has a lovely smile, like, an amazing personality. So she was like, oh, thank you, and it just kept going and all. Then she started buying for her family members, because they also started complimenting nice, and also when she traveled, she would buy for them and all. Then she switched from Medview to now being a hostess for private planes and all. Now she's flying with the upper class, the richer guys, the richer ladies, the richer people and all that. And still yet, the same people kept complimenting the same perfume. Now guys, I'll have to be very honest right now. I don't know, she probably will still, I don't know if the price will increase tomorrow or next tomorrow, but right now this perfume, as of today that I'm making this, is sold at 3,000 a bottle. 3,000 naira, not $3,000. 3,000 naira a bottle. So you have to understand how, like, wow, her confusion with when a billionaire compliments your perfume, because the billionaire should be, wearing something of like and asking you, where did you get it and all. So that was when she eventually thought to herself, like, okay, now there's something here. I can actually make a business out of this. She told me that at first, because she was thinking like, is this everybody's into perfumes, and now it's not just about perfumes. People are now into designers, luxury perfumes, and she's not even getting the main thing. She's just getting the thing in the miniature bottles. So like, who will go for it? So she felt like, okay, well, what the heck? Like, let me just throw in my like. She says she has $100. Let me, in her word, it's like she had $100 to spare, or $100 to throw away, basically. So she's like, okay, now let me just throw in the first $100 and see. She ordered the first few bottles and started her business, and all. And according to her, she didn't really make any other order. So she didn't make any orders again. She wanted to be sure she sell out first before making any order. And so she started with $100 because she wanted to play safe, because in case if this thing didn't work, she didn't want to feel pretty bad about it. So the orders came in, and to her surprise, people were actually buying. And not just that they were buying feeling good about it, smelling like bag of money and stuff like that. And then they will get back to her like, okay, do you have this, do you have that? And then she found out like, okay, I don't, because I didn't buy much and all. So it just made her, okay, now she gets to buy more. And I think it's been about 3-4 years now she's been in the business, and it has grown. And she has a client base, her customers. People are calling her from all around Nigeria. And for some of us, I know a couple of friends that have referred, and I also know people that I also buy these perfumes for. So yeah, but the what will I say, what I want you to get out of this episode is the getting in factor. Now, the first, she thought to herself, a lot of people are in this perfume. A lot of people are doing luxury designers perfume, selling for 120 something thousand, 150,000, 50,000, stuff like that. So why will I want to come in and then I'm not even selling the main thing. I'm just selling the miniature version of the main thing and all. But then when she got in, she figured out that she actually there's a market for her in this. So that's why you say that's why it is stated that getting, regardless of the market might not really be as saturated as you think it is. And in a way, the reason why I'm starting with Tiola's her history in terms of how she got into business isn't necessarily because it's actually because of what she told me. So flashback, early this year, I think after my birthday and all, I got these huge funds and I felt, okay, I want to start up a business. But prior to last year, because of the COVID, I saw a rise in home deliveries, orders and stuff like that, online orders, home deliveries and all that. So I wanted to put my money on what you call logistics, or home deliveries, or delivery guys, however you want to target and all. And in Abuja here, I could drive out of my house, I see 20 bikes of different delivery brands or different delivery companies and all. So at first I figured out this is where I want to be. However, like this is an industry, this is a sector that is going to boom in a short while. Like post-COVID, this is a sector that is sure to rise. However, I was struggling with, everybody kept doing this general thing, like I'm not doing anything specific, I'm doing something general and all. So I didn't want to come in through that direction. And luckily for me, I got mentorship, and I have a business mentor, Mr. Tola Alabi. And I remember when we're talking about this business, I think it was same around February this year, January, February this year or so. we really wanted to narrow down the niche of this, and we tried to, we said about food, let's just stick to only food delivery. But we said, like there's Jumia food, and there's a couple of startups in Abuja here that are into food. So now I wanted to avoid that much, to have to spend much, or have to in terms of competition. There's already a huge competition there, and I didn't want to spend much in terms of advertising, or have to do much in terms of trying to outsell the others, or in the way I brand myself. And I figured, we figured, now let's look deeper. And I remember the idea coming from Mr. Tola, and you're like, how about cakes? Because if there's one thing bakers, if there's one problem bakers have had, it's actually getting their cakes from their shop to their customers, like in a pristine condition, like no smudge, no. And I remember vividly, because instantly, my birthday, I was born 14 February, and I remember on my birthday, I actually got my cake, and then when the baker sent me the picture, it was amazing, it was really nice. I was pumped to see my cake and all, and she got a boat guy to get my cake to me. It took a while. It took a couple of hours. When it finally got here, the boat guy told me there was traffic and everything. I paid 1,500, if I remember, for it. Yeah, 1,500 naira for the delivery. However, my cake was messed up, so I had to hide some part of it from the camera when I was taking pictures and all that, because the heat, everything, it was just. And I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, it's because even with cars, like, because these boat guys, they are boats. They're just in the business of conveying people, not necessarily conveying cakes and all that. They take people from point A to point B, at convenience and all that. But with cake, we don't really have. And with the deliveries, the sort of dispatch riders will have, they use these GP tank boxes that are not really good for cakes and everything. So I'm like, all right, I think that's a business, because this will be the first only cake delivery business, as far as I know, in Abuja, because we did the whole market survey, everything, and then we figured out that was already a selling point. Now, if there's one rule in marketing and a rule in branding called the law of the first, both in branding, both in marketing, there's a rule called the law of the first, or the law of leadership, that says it's good for you to always be the first in every category. That's why if you find that there's a category that is already saturated, or feel already saturated, just imagine you want to go into the cola industry. Of course, there's Coca-Cola and there's Pepsi. You cannot outspend these two guys. Pepsi is still trying to outspend Coca-Cola, so you're just a newbie. I don't care how much you have, you cannot outspend these new guys. So the best way to go into cola, so as not to be completely wiped out by Coca-Cola and Pepsi, or other cola industries that are around, but let's stick with Coca-Cola and Pepsi, is to create a new category in that category. Maybe you decide to make your cola for diabetes. I don't know how possible it is, but only for diabetes patients. Or you make your cola, but the thing is about creating a new category that you're going to focus on, to make you become a leader in that category, to make you become the first in that category. So always be the first in the market, always be the first in the mind of the people. These are very, very two important things. I know in a subsequent, I'm working with my team on doing a series on the laws of marketing. I'm sure we're going to get that rolling pretty soon and get that to you, so that you better understand these laws of marketing and the laws of branding. Now, I think I went off script there, so back to script right now. So going back to how I started the cake delivery business. So after we done the whole market research and everything, we figured out, there was no way we're going to use the same boxes we have. We went outside Nigeria, got contacts, made boxes, customized boxes that could take up to 4-tier cakes, but we decided to limit it to just 3 cakes just for safety purposes. The boxes are made in such a way that the cakes don't get to move in the boxes. And we got them into Nigeria, got bags, and started training people in terms of handling cakes, in terms of how they go, like in terms of how they take the journey, in terms of how they handle the journey. They're not driving like mad people. You have to understand you're carrying something delicate. So thus Yummy Drop was born. Now, in case you don't know, Yummy Drop is a business that I own as well. Okay. Now, I remember talking to Tiola about this, and I told her, like, okay, I didn't want to get into food, because she was like, okay, how about you looking into food as well? I said, why will I look into food? There's Jumia food, and there's this other, there's there's Kiwi food, there's Spiritop in Abuja here, that are all about foods. And with Yummy Drop, it's easier for me, because now people are taking notice. I'm like, oh wow, there's actually a business that is just for cake delivery, and we've done the deliveries the people have been pretty happy about it, because wow, now someone's business is actually it's not just about delivering the cake. The person's business is knowing how to handle the cake and to ensure that the cake gets to the destination point, safe, in pristine condition, so that you don't have to hide any part of it when you're taking pictures. So I told her, like, well, I felt like this thing was already saturated. That's the thing. And she was like, no. Then she told me a story about how it takes hours for her to get her food orders at Guarimpa, and she told me one particular sad incident of her husband ordering a food by 9 a.m. in the morning, and then when it got to him, it was around 4 p.m. and he didn't even take it again, because of course the food is already cold and probably must have spoiled. And we started, in our short conversation, we started pinpointing the flaws with the food delivery system in Abuja. I don't know about general Nigeria, but in Abuja, we started pinpointing it. Now we figured that out, because these guys are not solely into food delivery. They do every other thing. So they pack a lot of things alongside your food in their box. So they get to deliver to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H first, and then before they come. However, you're dealing with food, something that should go straight from the restaurant to the person that make the order. And we figured out that because the other brands are startup brands, I'm not going to call their name, but I want to talk about Jumia Food, because those guys are BSing us right now. And I've come to notice, because even with Jumia Food, I've like till today, I still use Jumia Food, and I'm using them basically just like every other brand in Nigeria, because you don't really have a choice. There's no better alternative at that. That is the fact, and it gives you this platform where you can, you have this wide network or a huge network of restaurants that you can order food from. But I can't count how many occasions I've gotten my food from Jumia Food and everything is peeled. Like on one particular occasion, I rejected the food. I had to take it back. That I can't pay for this. It's not going to happen. And just a week ago, I had another incident, but then I was really hungry, so I got rice, Nigerian jollof rice. Yeah, I got rice and it got spilled, and I was just mad, and figured out that the delivery guy that brought my food wasn't even branded. I think it was another business. It wasn't branded for Jumia Food. So when I got talking, I realized that Jumia Food had this, so they get, if you have a bike, even if you delivery, just register with us. Then if we get orders, we send to you. You make the order, then will give you a percentage. That's how they work. They don't really just use their bikers and all. And I understand they're trying to operate more like Bolt and Uber, because Uber doesn't have a car, Bolt doesn't have a car. They get you to get your car and then all. I really understand that part. But the thing is that these guys that are using have other things, because when the guy opened his box, I saw a lot of things there. I saw envelopes, I saw packed stuff and all that are not food. And these are the things you're packing with food. What if my food stains the other thing? Like, I don't know who owns it. What if my food stains it? And it makes it in such a way that my food is seated there uncomfortably. So the driver is driving, or however is driving on a motorbike, and the food is spilling more. So this whole thing, with the fact that we sat and then she recounted this whole situation and all, and how she has to wait for people to finish their day before bringing her food, which is not supposed to be. And there instantly I felt like, wow, I repented immediately, because sometimes even you as a brand expert, you as the entrepreneur, you get to miss some of the things you preach, right? So this episode isn't just for you. I'm actually also reaffirming it to myself. Like, maybe it was because I really wanted to create a new category with the cake. So it's perfect, it's amazing. Like, and I'm doing, Yummy Drop is doing very, very well, and then we thank God for that. But however, I was wrong in my thinking that the food market, like food delivery, is already saturated. Like, let me just avoid it and all. I could have gone in there and figured out a weakness in all that aspect. Now there is this other business that I'm not going to name. They started off like they got in boxes from outside Nigeria, but now they're using GP tank, and which is frustrating and which is really sad to see, because if they had kept using the boxes they got from outside Nigeria, because you definitely know these boxes are not from around here, and they started focusing on food. But a couple of months down the line, maybe they thought it wasn't paying well, they started delivering every other thing, including food, which makes no sense to me. So at the end of the day, we don't have a niched down food delivery service in Abuja, like a brand solely into food delivery, that once you make your order, they pick it up and bring it straight to you. And then if there's another order, they pick it up and get it straight to the other person. So we have to be dealing with these. I don't know about you. If you have your own, please, I will encourage you. If you have your own experience, please share and all. So, like I said, this whole thing is about getting you to. It's about getting all of us to start get into that business. If you feel saturated, find a way, find something that is wrong, and fix it up in your own strategy, and put yourself out there. See. If Tiola had thought that, okay, it's perfume, everybody's selling perfume, and decided to back out, we wouldn't have Tio Sense today, right? And I'm happy I'm making this I'm making this all, like, I'm happy about this podcast. I'm happy about this brand talk channel, because with now you get to understand that in Abuja, especially if you're in Abuja and you're looking for a business, and you feel the vibe to move into the delivery business, food delivery still have a lot of loopholes. There's a lot of, first of all, there's so many unsatisfied customers, and then there's so many very, very bad experience, even with the big guys. And I'm still calling out Jumia Food here. You guys pretty much suck, and I'm still using you for the meantime till I am so vexed and I decide to put in my money into food delivery, and I'm going to give you a run for your money. And I'm throwing this challenge to any other business person, any other entrepreneur out there, especially if you're in Abuja and all. Like, you can actually beat Jumia Food. Like, call this call this a declared war on Jumia Food till they get their act right, and they stop getting people's food to spill and all. Like, it has been more than 3 times now that I ordered food and it spilled, because the vendors they use are just people that they are not trained into food delivery, and it wastes time. And even if when they don't waste time, whether they waste time or they don't waste time, the food still spills, because when they have other packages aside from food. Why the hell are you called Jumia Food? Now, I think I went off script there, but I'm calling out Jumia Food on their BS. That's what I'm doing. I'm calling Jumia Food on their BS. And especially in Abuja, it's hungry for people. And I'm starting to talk to people, and I figured that Abuja is hungry for people. That when you say you're into food delivery, you're into food delivery. It's just perfect that way. It's just perfect that way. So I think, dear entrepreneur, business owner, this is a business that you should look into. And if you guys waste so much time in looking into it, I'm gonna look into it for you. And probably the next time I'll be doing another episode, I'll also be introducing, the same way I'm introducing Yomi Drop today to you, I'll also be introducing my new food delivery business to you. And I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur and serial business developer. I develop businesses and I build businesses, I buy businesses, I create whatever it is. That's what I do, and I'm very, very happy doing that. And I help people build their own businesses. That is what I love doing. That is what I wake up for. That is what I live and breathe for. All right. So I think in conclusion, the entire message here, the gospel here is get in. The market isn't as saturated as you think it is. I made the mistake of thinking it was saturated, but it's not a mistake. It was an oversight, but that oversight built something really amazing called Yomi Drop. Yomi Drop is YUMMIE DROP. You can check it out. You can check us out on Instagram and Facebook, and we're still building. We started off September 2021 because we had to wait for the boxes to get in, do the whole branding and all. Check us out and all, especially if you're in Abuja, because we're operating in Abuja, only in Abuja for now. We're into cake delivery business. That's what we're doing, and it's been amazing, having to make the mistakes when we're doing the demonstration, the demos, or everything, learn from it, contribute for that. And now we still have a system that is not yet perfect. I'm not trying to BS you here. It's not yet perfect, but we're consistently building on it. But we really appreciate the fact that with every delivery there's something better, and there's a good news from the customer and all. That's what we appreciate. So get in. Whatever it is you want to do, get in. See, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to us here on brandtokcommunity@gmail.com. You can check me out on Instagram, Ojibe, OJIBE. Send me a DM. Tell me the business you want to do, whichever area, whichever location. I can help you. We can go through the entire process and figure out what's wrong in that industry or in that sector, what you can fill up, the hole there for people that you can fill up. So get in. The market isn't as saturated as you think it is. Right. So till next time, I'm still your favorite host, Ojibe, and I'll say again, get in. See you next time.